I'm about to bare my soul to you today. What I'm about to share with you is so deeply personal, so important to me, such a monumental part of my life, and without it, I don't know if I'd be the same person as I am today. What I'm about to share with you is the pasta I've been eating my entire life. It's my pasta origin story. I wouldn't be surprised if it was the first non-baby food I ever ate. It's called pasta and greens, and it is the food of my soul, the food of my family, the cheesy glue that binds us together. Right, Hilo? And in this video, I'm gonna show you how to make it. And if you're new here, my name is Steffi and this is Hilo. And on this channel, I give small apartment styling tips and cozy living inspiration. So let's start cooking. So here are the ingredients we're gonna be working with. What's wonderful about pasta and greens is it's super easy and doesn't require that many ingredients. Actually, my great aunt and uncle who come from Italy, I'm not Italian by blood, by the way, I just have a lot of Italians in my family, long story. But these two old Italians in our family were quite shocked and perplexed that my dad was making pasta and greens, because apparently pasta and greens is considered like a peasant food in Italy, according to them at least. And so they were a little concerned that my parents were having some money problems. But the thing is, pasta and greens is just a delicious dish, regardless of how cheap it is to make. So one man's peasant food is another man's feast. And honestly, I've watched enough Anthony Bourdain to know that the peasant food of a country is the key to its soul. It is the food of the people and the food of the soul of that country. So any country's peasant food, sign me up. So for pasta and greens, you're gonna need linguine. I use a half a pound, so like half of the box. You're gonna need a shitload of garlic and a shitload of cheese, a couple bags of baby spinach. Altogether, this is like 10 ounces. You're gonna need olive oil, salt to salt the water for the pasta, and then salt and pepper to taste. This makes enough pasta for 2 people. Or if you live alone, it makes enough for leftovers, which is what I like to do. If I'm gonna put the effort into cooking, I am gonna make enough for a couple days at least. Now here's the most important thing. The success of your pasta and greens hinges on the quality of your ingredients, specifically the olive oil and the Parmesan cheese. Garlic is garlic, spinach is spinach, but you have to have good olive oil and you have to have good cheese. Since there are so few ingredients with pasta and greens, the ingredients you do have to shine. So when it comes to the Parmesan cheese, I personally love Costco. They have a really good Parmigiano Reggiano. You honestly just can't go wrong with Costco. But if you don't have a Costco, then you can just go to your local grocery store and ask for like their best Parmesan cheese. And none of that pre-grated shit, okay? Get a big ass block. And then olive oil, there are a lot of different olive oils I like. This is kind of a tried and true. You can get it at pretty much any grocery store, at least here in Washington. Again, if you go to Costco, they often have really good olive oils that they kind of switch out. For example, they used to have this Moroccan olive oil that's really good. Costco, at least the Costco here, doesn't sell it anymore, but you can find it on Amazon. I will link to it below. This Moroccan oil is incredible, but either way, just make sure you're getting good, solid olive oil. And then to cook all of this, you just need one big pan like this and a pot of water to boil the linguine in. So this is all you need, and let's get started. So as you can see, I just smashed up this garlic, which I guess most chefs would use the flat side of a knife to do, but that scares me. So I usually just find whatever heavy thing is around. In this case, the olive oil made kind of a perfect whacking apparatus, but I definitely don't recommend doing it one-handed and then filming with the other hand because garlic went flying everywhere. But that's showbiz, kid. Now we're gonna turn the heat onto medium and get these little baby garlic boys sizzling. And while we're waiting for that, we're gonna start the most arduous task of this dish, which is grating the Parmesan. It takes some muscle. Now it's time to add the spinach. So now that the spinach and the garlic have entered into a beautiful symphony with one another, we are going to start boiling the water, which honestly I would have started a while ago so that ideally the water's boiling by the time the spinach gets to this point. But filming and cooking at the same time is quite a challenge and there's only so much my brain can focus on at once. So water is getting a little bit of a late start, but you want to salt the water. I don't have an exact measurement for this. I just kind of play it by ear. Basically, you just want the water to taste like the ocean. So I'll just start with like maybe a little bit of that. And then now I'll taste it. And I'll just keep adding salt if necessary until it tastes like the ocean. So the pasta usually cooks in about, I'd say, 11 to 12 minutes. So I'm gonna keep stirring and grating, then stirring and then grating. So this is just about the right amount of Parmesan. You basically want a mountain of Parmesan. And the pasta's coming along. We are getting close. So now the linguine is in, and before we add the cheese, I'm just gonna stir this up just to get it going. Now there are just a couple more steps. You want to add a nice hearty additional dose of olive oil and then some salt and pepper. and now it's time to eat this wonderful garlicky cheesy concoction, which will take place in my living room because I don't have a dining table. And if you live in an apartment, it's likely that you don't have space for a dining table either. So what I do is I take this little side table and move it up, and that's my dining table. I like to eat on my couch, watch TV, and enjoy my delectable food. It's basically a glorified TV tray, let's be honest. So that's how you make pasta and greens. Like I said, this is one of my favorite meals in the entire world. It hits me right down into my soul. I mean, look at this. It doesn't get better than that. It's a great dish if you live in an apartment and you might have a limited kitchen, or maybe you're Carrie Bradshawing it and using your stove as an additional shoe closet. Either way, it's the perfect dish for someone with a limited kitchen and with limited cooking abilities, because it's really easy and doesn't require very many ingredients or very many cooking appliances and apparati. Hilo desperately wants some, but you don't get any. You don't get any, kitty. Or kitty doesn't get pasta. I don't envy you. Let me know in the comments below, what is a dish that you have been eating for a good portion of your life that really means something? Maybe it's a family dish, maybe it's just something that has a lot of nostalgic value to you. Let me know what that dish is in the comments below. It's all for me, kitty. You don't get any. I don't want to share. Cat hair in my eye. Kitty, what have you done to me? And remember, your apartment is destined to be pretty and delicious, and you are pretty powerful.